Hello, friends. I just wanted to say that if it sounds like we were rushing the episode in the first maybe 5 or 10 minutes of recording, that's because I am an idiota and I did not hit the record button on my recording software. So this was our second take of the episode, but lucky enough for me, Tyler and Talen were both very happy to start. Well, not very happy. You know what I mean. They were both very kind enough to start over and essentially talk about the stuff that we had already talked about, but for a second time. So I just want to let you guys know about that, just in case it sounds weird or rushed in the beginning. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to go edit this episode now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. All right, take two. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Perspective. The reason I say take two is we just had 10 minutes of conversation, and the audio recorder didn't pick up any of it. So we're going to try this again. Sitting on you guys' left and coming back to the show for the second time is Mr. Tyler Sharp. And to his left and to my right is first-time newcomer Talen Cunningham. So, as you guys know, I work with Tyler. And I also work with Talen. We've been working together for about a year and a half, 2 years now. So that's where we met each other. And you guys will see again in this episode that Talen's also a bit of a movie nut himself. So we'll have some nice conversation about that. But as a first time, again, introduction, maybe you can revise some of the answers. I don't know. We have a little get to know you on Talen. So going back to your nutrition, that we can talk again. Mm-hmm. Talen is very nutrient conscious on kinds of things that he will put into his body. It's honestly, it is helpful sometimes, like as much as we will pick on you about it, because like it is informative and kind of the stuff that you tell us. But it is funny sometimes where if we're eating like McDonald's or like work will cater like Chick-fil-A or something, you guys are putting that crap in your body or whatever, so we'll pick on him. But when did, if you just want to remind us again, where that all started?
Well, it started with my mom after she had a bunch of health issues, which she is a celiac just like Cole. Mm-hmm. So she had to be very self-conscious with what she eats. And I guess I just picked up on that at a very young age. Mm-hmm. And also it helped me with I was a big soccer player. I noticed it did help I became more athletic. It would make me a little bit faster, make me just feel better, mm-hmm. more energetic, which was very helpful, and it just stuck.
Yeah, because it ties into you have a very set routine in the mornings because you open and the place that we work at, and so does Tyler, and that you wake up pretty early, get a workout in, have a little bit of food, or do you eat? I can't remember if you said I know you. Like when you work out, you have like electrolytes and stuff like that. But I can't remember if
do I eat before I work out?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I don't have much time to fit everything in there. I usually just get up, get a few glasses of water, a cup of coffee, and then I work out, and then I eat after that because that's when I am hungry.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. When you wake up, as soon as you wake up, I'm almost never hungry. Kind of like what you said earlier. You just skip breakfast. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I have to get my metabolism going before I truly want to eat anything.
Yeah. I can't remember if you had mentioned this, but because nobody heard it. Do you feel it at all? Like when you're at work? Like does it start to hit if you don't eat?
Oh yeah.
So then cuz it's the same thing. So do you just choose to get more sleep rather than to wake up early enough to cook food?
To me, low key, it's kind of in the mind kind of thing. I can tell myself we're good. Come around noon or something like that. Noonish, we'll eat, we'll sit down, we'll be fine. And then it's literally 11:45, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And then instead of the options that we have to buy something, I'm always like, wow, yes, Sour Patch Kids will do it.
Yeah, it does stink because it makes sense, but we don't really have a whole lot of this is breakfast kind of foods that we can have. No. It's sour worms or
I don't think we have one healthy thing.
We don't have one thing in there that's you know what, this will do.
Is a Cliff Bar breakfast?
I mean, yeah. I
in
mean,
quote, but it's not really.
It's not breakfast.
Yeah,
but it's like it's a
it's
quick
a snack.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really is a snack.
We did have I can't eat them anymore now, rip, but those like have you ever had those like the Gatorade like protein bars or whatever that we
Yeah.
have? Those things are actually pretty good. I don't know the
Oh, those like chocolate.
yeah.
Like in terms of taste, or
Well, okay, yeah, you can speak on that, I guess. So you guys
my God, its entire ingredient list is like an essay. My goodness gracious.
are they bad for you?
Yeah, they're not good.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
This guy.
I saw Gatorade and I was like, wow, that's got to be good stuff.
I saw LeBron eat it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this is probably healthy."
Jason Tatum was holding it up like this, and I said, yes. What makes them bad though? Like, why aren't they good? Just like a bunch of sugar or something, or like
Oh
artificial?
yeah, it's a lot of sugar and artificial sugars. Like just overall in the ingredients, a bunch of chemicals that preserve it. You know, just and I'm gonna sound nerdy, but it's mainly made with soy protein, which is probably the worst protein for you.
Really?
Yeah.
So, like, what would you want to look for? Because I know, like, eggs. Whenever I buy eggs now, they have like cage-free eggs or something, which I think are supposed to be like a lot healthier, or there's a lot less. It wouldn't be like GMOs, would it, for chickens? But
It would be like then like added hormones.
yeah, that's what it is. Is there anything on like foods that you're looking for that like there's just the absence of, or like maybe something it says that's like better?
Well, the big fat marketable word organic is what you should be looking for.
Yeah.
But like eggs, there's like 5 different kinds of eggs. Cage free is probably like middle of the road.
Mm-hmm.
The one you should be looking for is pasture raised.
I've seen that one as
You know,
well.
like
Oh yeah.
you know, chicken eggs are actually not naturally white.
No, I
No.
did not know
They
that.
bleach them to make it look like that,
What color are they?
brown. And the yolk is actually orange, not yellow.
Wow. Wait, then how do they get it to yellow then?
Very poor diet.
Oh.
Yeah, the orange is all like the vitamins and minerals that's found in eggs.
Dang. I feel like that's the, not that I ever ate these, obviously, but I feel like that's the, like the McRib videos. Like when you see what those look like, you're just like, damn it. Now I can't have that. But no, yeah, because like I never knew that. I mean, I'm assuming that you didn't know that either, because
No.
man, I'm not up on eggs like that.
When I
you
pull
know
the
me.
skillet out, I'm not thinking to myself, man, was that egg a different
I'm
color?
just cracking it.
Well, in all honesty, like you can have the shittiest egg in the world, and it's probably still healthier than that Gatorade bar you mentioned.
Very true.
All right, man.
So at the very least, it's real protein.
I get it. Yeah, for sure. That is funny though. That I just thought that those. I mean, obviously other than like the sugars and stuff like that, but like they're like 20 something grams of protein or something. So I think I just looked
Yeah.
at that and I was like,
I mean, every once in a while, it's not going to kill you, but
the one that made
just
me
wouldn't recommend
laugh was the other day. I think it was like for truck help or whatever. Austin got everybody like McDonald's. Were you there that morning? I don't think you
No,
were.
I don't
Yeah.
believe. I don't think so.
Do you know this story?
No, because if I did, I would have had McDonald's.
Yeah,
for sure.
he it was like Austin, Talen, Ty, and then like maybe a couple other people or something. And Austin bought
Jack.
Jack.
It was
Austin
Jack, yeah.
bought like McDonald's for like everybody that helped out. And Talen like just said, "I don't want the McDonald's," and gave it to Julia.
No, Julia.
Julia.
Yeah.
So because Julia was like, I'm waiting on my like McDouble to get here. I was like, why did you get McDonald's? And she's like, oh, it was Talon's. I was like,
Oh, this was for lunch, not breakfast.
It was for lunch, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. He
The
like
truck
catered
was
lunch.
so ass that particular day. Austin was like, yeah, I'm getting you guys some food.
There was another like a couple months ago. You remember when I texted you like asking how old you were? Because like Talon and I were
Yeah.
talking about it. We had like a wager where it's like, I was like, okay, well if Tyler's this, then you have to eat McDonald's. And Talon literally was like, oh, like that was the worst thing that I could wager for him. But I won, but I didn't want to do that to his immune system. So
Thank you.
I didn't make him.
I
eat
probably wouldn't be
McDonald's.
sitting here right now if I ate McDonald's.
yeah, because you've never had it, right? Ever?
I've had it like a few times, but it's been years. Probably closer to a decade since I've had McDonald's.
Wow.
Do you
I
think
literally had it today.
I had those hotcakes this morning? Do you think this is a silly question openly probably? Do you think now your body would just like reject it if you were to have like a Big Mac or something?
Probably wouldn't feel too good.
Or was it like would it be like a mental thing where like you just know that you're like eating it, so you're like, I shouldn't be doing this.
I think if I eat it that day, then my day's gonna be ruined, really, mentally and physically.
We just need like a fear factor of Talen eating Big Mac extra cheese.
Just sitting there, no, I don't want it.
He's like straight jacketed or just feeding it to him. So I don't want to make you sad because one of the things on here I have is kind of talking about like the sports teams that you root for, and we don't have to get completely in it.
Okay.
We want to, but he's wearing the Michigan hat, so he's a Michigan fan. You said it's more like your dad is a Michigan fan, and like you.
Yeah, it's always been my dad's like number one team, and obviously I grew up watching them, so I just adopted it.
Yeah,
but I still like them. They're still definitely up there as one of my favorite teams.
Yeah.
So.
Because Tyler, do you have like a soccer team that you root for, a football team that you root for?
College? Or are you talking about soccer?
Yeah, like European soccer.
Oh, nah, bro. Okay. No, not really. No, not really. I just enjoy watching like the teams. I'm a fan of different players. Like he knows, I'm obsessed with Erling Haaland right now.
Okay.
Because he's just a dog, bro. He was here 2 days ago.
In Charlotte?
Yeah, well, not Charlotte, Chapel Hill. They had a friendly match.
It was against Celtic, I think.
And he played. Bro.
Oh, that was in like North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
He was in North Carolina.
Yeah, it was at Raymond James Stadium.
Oh, I didn't know if they're just like training here.
No. He had a game there. He scored.
Yeah, he did. Scored the third goal.
I saw that. That was icky because he does the same thing in FC, which I hate, which is why I don't like Haaland. Because like the only times I've seen him score in that game is like a header. And it makes me sick every time because like my 5'6" defenders.
He's a freak athlete.
Dude, I told him when I got the game like a month into it, like when I was in the Premier League playing for Brighton and Crystal Palace, when we had games against them, we would do fine. Like the rest of the team would do like the other players, we didn't have to worry about him. And then all of a sudden in the second period, Haaland would just be like, all right, if one of y'all cross this ball towards me, I'm going to steal it, and then I'm going to go across the floor with it. And then I'm going to score, and there's nothing you can do about it. He's fucking terrifying, bro.
Bro, it's either he'll score off a header, which is why I wish you had this game so that like you knew what we were talking about. But
believe me, I watch enough soccer to know what you're talking about. He does that stuff in real life.
He either will like just head it from a corner kick, or he'll like rip it from like 80 feet out. Yeah. And like most of the time it just like soars over. I'm like, why are you pulling that? Like, and then like AI generated Haaland's like, just because I can. Like I know that I can make that goal.
Dog.
I asked because Talen got me. I'm trying to expand a little bit because I think you said like you try to get into baseball a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I started looking up like what does WHIP mean and like ERA and like all those stats and stuff because I always hear about them but I never know like what they mean. But I've always kind of wanted to get into soccer because it's like huge. And would you say the biggest sport in the world?
Oh, it definitely is, yeah.
Okay, because I know
it's not the most exciting, but it's definitely the most popular.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's funny too because like playing a soccer game and then watching soccer are like two completely different. Like it's so much more fun to play it than it is like because a lot of the time they're just. I know they're creating opportunities and stuff, but just passing back and forth, and then like a couple shots here and there. I alone have like 19 shots on goal, like in the game when we play. Me and Talen know about that.
I'm in front of the goalie when I'm making a goal. I'll just put it to you that way.
Well, the thing that makes me laugh for you is like because you're a midfielder.
Yeah, I'm a midfielder,
and the game just screams at you to get back in position.
Bro,
but you're just
I'm taking most of the shots, and then of course when I don't get them, I got to go back on defense, and I'm too busy trying to tackle the person with the ball that the little meter on the top is like, please go back to your spot.
You will get cut. Go back to your position.
You're losing aura as we speak.
Because Talen got me into watching soccer a bit more and kind of like. Primarily the Prem, because that's the biggest league probably that everybody plays in. Because Talen, for better or worse, is a Manchester United fan.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And by proxy, I become a Manchester United fan just because he introduced me to it, and I know a decent amount of the players and everything now. Are they on the rise, or are they just kind of at like a standstill right now?
I would say they're in a rebuild phase right now. Mm-hmm. They're going young.
Yeah.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Okay.
So. Because they got money to spend. They will. It's going to take some time. Like honestly, I think Man City is going to be the top dog for another 5 years. But
That sucks to see because like I hate just kind of like in any capacity super teams in like sports because it just doesn't make it fun anymore. Like, I don't even know if you'd count them as one, but like they were even saying this season like the Celtics were a super team, which like I don't know if I'd count that as like they have a bunch of like really good players, but I don't know if like they're a super team.
They're a good team.
But like even like Real Madrid, like I feel like that's border. Like now it's not even fun because like Mbappe's on the team.
Yeah, they got Mbappe. I think they just picked someone else up. I'm blanking on the name. Regardless, they got better and they didn't need to.
Yeah.
So,
because I saw something the other day that said, or like somebody on Instagram said, because his idol is Ronaldo, like they just milk the hell out of that on Instagram. But somebody said that Ronaldo went to Madrid to save Madrid, and Mbappe went to Madrid to like save himself, like his career kind of thing. Is that like an accurate statement you'd say?
yeah, PSG sucks.
Okay. Because Ben was telling me about it. He was like, I mean, you could root for PSG, but like they're cheeks now. So like, I don't know if you want to do that.
Well, they play in like one of the easiest leagues, the French league. They win it just about every year.
Mm.
And then they get to, I mean, they do go far in the Champions League, like with Mbappe, but without Mbappe, they're no. Round of 16 maybe.
Fair enough. Because when does that season start? Do you know? Like the official
August, I think.
August?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm definitely gonna try and watch more games now that like I know about the game a little bit more. All right. So, but enough of Man United because Talen might start crying. But so as I mentioned earlier, Talen's also very big into cinema. I think we need to stray from movies. Movies isn't the word that we use anymore. It's either film or cinema for sure. Tyler knows a thing or two about that.
Art house pictures. Something
I'm curious to ask you because I think we've talked about this, and then Tyler, you can also remind us too because it's been a while since yours. But what about like? It's more specifically film because like I know we were talking a little bit before you got here about like TV shows and things like that, and I have a couple questions about that. But what about like films do you think is so like captivating or like polarizing? You know, like what got you into it? Like when you started getting pretty heavy into them.
I don't know, to be honest. Like, there's something magical about seeing that. That's a weird word.
That's
to
beautiful.
Use,
Yeah, that was poetic for sure.
I don't know. It's just like well, growing up, that is what me and my family would do on like weekends. Is that we would have like family movie night. Doesn't have to be a good movie, but I just loved sitting there and watching it. But then you got like the film adaptations, where originally it was just a book, but then you can actually see it on the big picture, and sometimes it's better, sometimes it isn't. But still, it was a good experience. And I don't know, just something about like the acting itself. It's just very fun to watch. Watching actors get into character. Could just be the cinematography that you just find beautiful. I don't know. It's just art. Just art.
I had a question about one thing that you brought up, but what got you into it again?
I would probably say the same thing like Talen said.
Finding
Just like
Nemo?
yeah, that too. But like just just family things of like going to Blockbuster on a Friday, bro, and being able to pick out. Like my dad would give me and my brother a limit on like two movies each, and then we would go home, watch that, and just just fall in love with it. But yeah, and then as I grown older, me and my mom would go a lot to the movies and stuff, and then yeah, like I think I told you last time after Social Network, I was like, yeah, this is
it.
I'm locked in now. This is what it's supposed to be.
Because what is you mentioned it a little bit. What's like the one? Because I can speak for myself, like cinematography easily is like the thing that I look at the most. I was going to shake his head because I won't shut up about it. But when I watched Euphoria recently, they had like the best, because they did this thing with the lens called shallow depth of field, where it was just like, which I don't know if this has just been a thing in movies for a while. I feel like I just now started realizing it, where it's like, the subject or subjects are kind of like in focus and then just everything else is like blurred behind them. But like Euphoria did that to like the 11th because like it was just like so blurry in the back. Like you can even see like on the sides of their face, it would start to get blurry just because of like how much they focused on like who was speaking. But that's like my favorite thing to look out for. I don't know if like you guys have something else in like particular that you find really interesting.
I feel like it's a mix of like that, or in the acting and I don't know, the stunts or something, just something like minuscule that most people probably won't think about, but everything needs to like come together to make the movie whole. And that's why that's really what makes like great movies great and bad movies bad. Just
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just,
I'm just about the same with him. Like, I think more so cinematography in a way, bro. Because I'm always, whenever I'm watching a movie, I'm really thinking like, wow, the director set that shot up. Even if it's just like, a basic shot, like he knew this angle would work, and and every time I'm watching it, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let's shoot it from above his head, or something like that. I'm just, I don't know. It's really something just interesting about it. But then of course the acting, like watching. Me and him, he knows. Like I go on and on about some of the great acting performances and like just method acting that people and women just dive themselves into. I love that.
ask this guy about Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh yeah.
So that's the next topic, and we're gonna get into that in just a second. But I was gonna say I saw, because this movie became my personality for like a month. I saw a Dune 2 edit like yesterday or something. Dude, I almost started like crying the way that like, cause they compiled, cause somebody said like, oh, this is such a well shot film. I don't remember what movie it was, but they were like, this is such a well shot film. And somebody was like, oh yeah, what about this? And it was like chopped up like clips from Dune 2, and one of the shots that they put in there was when, I think it was from the second movie. They were on one of those like thornicopters or whatever they're called. Is that what they're called? Do you remember?
Like the little dragonfly shaped
yeah.
ones. I don't know what they're called, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
they
know
look
what
cool.
But they were like the like loading thing was open, and I think it was like Paul and somebody else were like hanging from it, and the like sandworm was like in the center when they were like flying away. And they had that one song that like played when Shawnee and Paul like kissed on like the thing, started like playing in the edit, and I was like, this is so good. So it made me remember like when we watched that movie like in the theater, and like kind of like the feeling I got when we watched it for the first time, and I was like, that was really cool.
I feel like Dune 2 is the perfect example of what a movie should be. Just everything comes together, like the score, like you just said, like oh my goodness. Like, it just gives you goosebumps.
Did Zimmer do that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, see, I was gonna say about Dune 2, and when we all saw it together, in IMAX, because that's the way you're supposed to see movies.
Correct.
For sure, bro. I knew we were locked in on something different in that beginning sequence when. That just the orange palette color of the sky, but when the dudes like took off jumping and it was like a wide lens shot, I remember, I don't know who was sitting next to me. I think it might have been Conley. I remember I looked over like, I was like, we're back. I'm like, oh my god, we're cooking. But since you're a big fan of Dune Part 2, and I know you have like Blade Runner on DVD and stuff like that, it's kind of, I don't want to compare like the two, but like, is there one? Do you prefer like the Dune series better than 2049? Because he did them both.
So openly, like me buying the 2049 DVD, like I really like that movie, but I think it was also like it's so like hyped now as opposed to like when it came out.
Yeah,
because like everyone said it was a flop, but like it didn't deserve to get like a lot of the hate that it did. For me, easily it's Dune. I still haven't watched, like we've talked about this, I still haven't even like seen the original Blade Runner movie, and like I know you brought it up because there's like 19 different versions of the movie.
There's a lot
like,
of them. Yeah.
I don't even know which one Ridley would even like want us to watch.
Probably
but yeah,
the
like,
director's cut.
Well, aren't there like 4 different director's cuts?
There's
something?
directors and there's like extended cut,
super ultimate deluxe,
and then there's
edition.
just the regular theatrical release.
The one he cut on a Tuesday. Yeah, there's a bunch of cuts.
And then I made this one myself that I acted with my kids.
And then a cat walked in the room.
But yeah, no, like Dune. I've talked about this with like people before, like listening to like albums and like music and stuff for the first time, but like seeing that edit and like the soundtrack and everything behind it, like it's just so beautifully shot. And like that's why, recency bias or not, I think Denis right now is like my favorite personal like director and like stuff that he's done, because I watched Prisoners like the other day. That was fantastic.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I watched Sicario like a couple weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
Did I not tell you about this?
I don't think so.
I thought I did.
Was this before Bowling?
Yeah, this was Sicario. I watched maybe like a month ago, and then Prisoners. I could have sworn I told you about Prisoners.
I think you did. You
Yeah.
did tell me about Prisoner. I didn't
Sicario,
know
maybe
you saw
not.
Sicario.
I think I told you about Sicario, but
It sounds familiar, but
Sicario
regardless,
is
good for you, man.
crazy,
Good
bro.
for you.
Sicario is. I watched that a month ago, too. I think I told. Pretty sure I told Talen.
the scene in the middle when they were like stuck in traffic was fantastic.
With the shootout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, because it like, I was literally sitting there just kind of like, what? Like, what's about to happen? And then the end where he like snuck into the guy's like manor or whatever.
Chills.
Fantastic.
Chills.
And my dad even pointed out, and the last thing, and then we can move on to the next subject. His favorite line, or one of his favorite lines recently in movies was in the beginning when, what's the actor's name? Is it Javier Bardem? Is that
Benicio del Toro?
or Benicio del Toro?
Yeah.
What am I talking about? Benicio del Toro and Emily Blunt and Josh Brolin, they were like on the plane with each other, and she asked him some question about like the workings of like the cartel or something.
Yeah.
And he says, "You're asking me how a watch works, but for now, let's just focus on the time." And I was like, "Ooh, okay." And then that kind of just like set the pace of like everything else that just like ensued
cooked.
afterwards.
Because I brought that up to him recently, Sicario, because I was watching that with my brother a couple days ago. Actually, like, well, we didn't finish the whole thing. Well, I finished it. Of course, he hasn't. But when you were talking about that border scene where they were stuck and they were shooting people in traffic, I told Talen like a couple of days ago, what's really funny about that is they literally get in a shootout in traffic. Nothing really happens. No one's really scared or anything. He cuts to Josh Brolin, and he's just sitting there in the passenger seat chewing gum. Because he's like, we're going to do that. like my team's so official.
Well, the dude's
Like,
wearing sandals like
Yeah,
half
he's
the
wearing
movie.
sandals half the time. Sicario 2, don't recommend. But Sicario 1,
Yeah, just skip that one.
You know what's funny? I saw Walmart had like this steel book for Sicario on sale the other day for like $15 or whatever, and I was like, "Oh, that's a steal!" But it was like the second movie. It wasn't the first one.
yeah, no.
So I looked it up, and I was like, 40% on Rotten Tomatoes. What do these people want? Oh, wait a second. Okay, it's the second
Yeah,
movie.
Dennis did not direct that one.
No.
Yeah,
And
but,
it shows.
But Benicio and Brolin like came back
Yeah,
for
they're
that
in it.
movie. I didn't know.
They're supposed to come back for the third one.
Oh, they're making another one.
And Emily Blunt's supposed to come back.
Oh wow.
So hopefully we can get Dennis to come back, but
I don't
probably
think
not.
that's true though.
No, they said she's in talks to do it.
I just don't see how she would like fit into a third movie.
True.
Because the way they ended the first one,
We'll be there no matter
like
what.
they told her to like leave the country or something.
Yeah, I'll see the trailer and I'll be like, we're back.
Yeah, I've seen enough.
Todd Phillips, Sicario 3, I'm back.
Okay, so this one I'm really interested in because I didn't ask you this on your. I'm almost positive I didn't ask you this on your episode, but I was talking to Ben about it the other day. What do you guys look for in like when somebody says that person's a great actor or like a great actress? What like criteria do you think that they have to like fit? I don't know which one of you like wants to go first on that, but I had an answer.
What
whenever you guys
criteria they
finished.
have to fit? That's a good question.
Thank you.
That's why we're here.
Honestly, when actors get very method,
Mm-hmm.
that's how you know it's going to be something special.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Honestly, I have to think on that.
I can kind of go with that like method in a way, but I think like also the not being typecast, makes them a really great actor. Like when you see them in a performance and you're like, oh, I didn't think they could do that, or I didn't think that was possible. That's why I like what he said earlier about Philip Seymour Hoffman. I love him so much, bro, because he has done so much in a span of 25 years. I think he only acted for, and he did comedies, dramas. He was in a couple action flicks, but he was never the main guy. But and he couldn't fight for like shit. Like he wasn't like the shootout. He's not John Wick, but like he would just show up in a movie and just make not only himself better, but literally everyone around him just acts so much better. Like they just really feed off his energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never seen that in an actor before. But yeah, in terms of making a great actor, I would say like One Trick Pony. I don't want to say like accolades in a way, because there's at least 5 great actors I can name right now who don't even have an Oscar,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that bothers me now. Now that I think about some of those things, Tom Hardy's one of them.
Because so for me, because there are so like Sydney Sweeney, for example, she just now, and okay, like Sydney Sweeney or like The Rock, like they just play like the same thing in like
Yeah.
every film essentially. Like there's a picture of The Rock wearing like a button-up like brown shirt, and somebody said like these are 4 different movies, but like it's the exact same thing. And then like Sydney Sweeney, who when I watched Euphoria, I was like, oh wow, she can act, like she's a good actress. But now, for reasons we all know why, she's cast for like a very specific reason in like a lot of these movies. But for me, it's like I kind of look at the range of like the emotion that like the people can go through. So like if I can see them shouting and they're really angry, or if I can just see them like if they need to cry or something like that. For me, it's kind of like a spectrum of like things that I look at or like look for. I had a couple of names on here. I was curious if you guys agreed at all with this. I think Andrew Garfield's fantastic.
For sure.
In like almost everything that I've seen him in.
For sure.
He's like easily the best person on screen, if not like top 2.
Well, he's like the another perfect example of like not a one-trick pony. He's a chameleon actor.
Yeah.
You can throw him in any role and he will do a phenomenal job.
Yep.
I mean, it's funny because as much as we like kind of crap on Tom Holland and like his Spider-Man portrayal or whatever, as soon as Andrew was in that 3rd movie, like immediately the best actor like on the screen.
The
like,
movie
it wasn't
became
even close.
interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like when they were on the rooftop and he was talking about like he got bitter and everything, like when Gwen died, I was like, oh, like I just started feeling something, and then like Toby or somebody would start talking, I'm like, all right, well, like Toby's good too, but it's just like Andrew being there is just, you see there's like levels to the craft. I think Florence Pugh is also fantastic. Like she has a pretty wide range. I haven't seen her in as much, I think, as you guys have, because I haven't seen Little Women. And
That's a good flick.
It's good.
Did you guys watch Midsummer? I think
I did see that.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh,
I
you saw
did
it?
see that. She
Was
was
she-
good in that.
she was good in
She
that?
carried that movie.
It looks scary. I'm not.
Oh no, I was
scared.
scared. I was
movies.
scared the whole time. But you know,
Zendaya as well, I'd say, is also pretty good at meeting that range. And then there's others that I think, like, you could say, like, they cheat or whatever because, like, they're either on, like, Juilliard or they've done, like, Broadway acting and stuff like that. But 2 other Marvel guys, Benedict Cumberbatch and Tom Hiddleston, I think are also fantastic, both in their own right.
You don't really see Tom Hiddleston in much though.
yeah,
You don't, but I think, like I was saying, I think he's on, like smaller shows or, like, Broadway level.
I think he's a theater kind of actor, right?
Yeah, I just said Broadway and small, but
Yeah.
he's like not in, like a theater actor, not maybe as much in like super high budget like films and stuff
That's
like
not
that.
a bad thing.
Yeah, but like him, I know Adam Driver, I think went to like some big acting school or something.
Yeah.
Did he?
I think Adam Driver went to like some New York school maybe for acting or something like that.
Because he was in the military at one point.
Yeah,
and
I knew
think
that.
I
I
think
knew
he
that.
went to like Juilliard or something, like some big acting school. Were there any like honorable mentions or like for you guys who you're, other than like maybe Philip Seymour Hoffman or something, that are just like the creme de la creme?
Maybe Russell Crowe. I don't know.
I was
Could just
like,
be biased.
like I said, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
He's
yeah.
one of them.
Thing about Tom is he does not look like your stereotypical actor.
No, because we saw him in the Bike Riders, but that role just made sense.
If it was
besides that,
made for him.
not to ruin it for anyone. Besides what happened to him, everything else, it made sense.
Maybe my favorite scene in recent memory.
that was so good. But yeah, Tom, Russell.
You mentioned a lot of like younger up and coming actors. I would say Austin Butler. Give him a few more like years, and I think he's gonna be like the A-list actor to have in your movies.
Okay, will we say Timothy Chalamet or not?
I was
Yeah,
just
I
about
would.
to say
I would
Timmy
say
too,
Timothy Chalamet,
probably,
yeah.
because like I know you guys haven't seen it. He was really good in Wonka. Like I went to go see it on Christmas Eve with my family. He did a really good job. That obviously the Dune movies.
He's good in Little Women.
He is good in Little Women.
He's good
I
in
was gonna
Little
say
Women.
Was that his like debut?
No.
I think that was like his first like standout breakout
yeah,
Pretty big,
performance.
because he was in Interstellar too.
He was in Interstellar. He did
good.
Lady Bird, I think, a little bit after Interstellar.
Was that before or after?
That was after. Because I think Interstellar came out with 2015.
2014.
24.
Yeah,
Lady
yeah.
Bird is 2017. Yeah, you're right.
And
You're
then he
right.
was in. I never watched it. That Beautiful Boy movie with.
With Steve Carell.
Steve Carell.
They said that's really good.
I haven't watched it. Yet,
And then he did Bones and all, and I'm not going to go watch that. 'cause
Well, that's the movie about cannibals, right?
Yeah,
no, thank you.
I want to hold my stomach.
Because going kind of like with my definition of like the range that I look for in people, before you guys gasp, not to take away anything from their ability as actors, but a person like a Ryan Reynolds, for instance, I feel like Ryan Reynolds is just like himself in a movie, you know? Or like if Kevin Hart is in a movie, like Kevin Hart's nowhere in the stratosphere, I think, of like actor that like Ryan Reynolds is, but like you can fight me on this because I think you'll know a lot more, obviously, both of you. Robert Downey Jr. maybe a little bit to a certain extent because like Iron Man is just Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer, he did a fantastic job, but like there still are a lot of points where I'm like, you're kind of Robert Downey Jr., but like with a certain tone kind of to your voice.
I think they somehow made a good mix of both him and his character. Because literally every other movie he is just himself.
Oh, you talking about Iron Man?
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.?
Like in Oppenheimer.
Oh, yeah.
Like with his performance. I thought they did a good job at mixing both, but yeah, there were times where it was like his personality came out.
See, I think the thing is especially with those set of guys that you just said, like I think they played their parts so well that it just like naturally comes off. But see, the thing is, bro, Robert Downey Jr. was on pace, bro, to be a great actor before he got to Iron Man, and then drugs and other stuff like that ruined his career. Then he did Iron Man, and then he got beloved again. But even in the midst of him doing Iron Man, he only had like a few good performances sprinkled in. Tropic Thunder is one of them. That is a great performance.
Phenomenal.
Sherlock Holmes,
The Pianist, that's another good performance.
Sherlock Holmes are great movies.
Sherlock Holmes are really good movies. But yeah, it's just he comes back to that and he's just naturally that. But the thing with Ryan Reynolds, I will agree. I've seen like a good portion of his movies because you never know that movie he did, The Proposal.
With
like
Sandra Bullock?
With Sandra Bullock.
I haven't. I've seen like snippets of it.
See, that's a cute movie. Like my mom used to love that movie. But when I think about it, he really just plays like kind of Wade Wilson, just toned down. He's just a sarcastic dude.
Yeah,
That's just Ryan Reynolds.
That's just Ryan Reynolds. That's why when you see him in Deadpool, I'm like, that's no script. That's just Ryan
that's
Reynolds.
just him.
That's just him talking.
My dad, I don't know if he's like not a fan of him or if he's just like not as much on the train as everybody else is. But my dad said he thinks that he's like a lot more clever than he is really.
I can see that.
Like with his jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to this at the end. I'm kind of nervous about that for like Deadpool and Wolverine, like because the first two Deadpool movies have been like really good. The comic's been really good.
Respectfully. This
new one, new director, new studio. Maybe they're kind of like keeping a cap on certain stuff. Not really sure. I've heard in some of the reviews it's very like meta. Like there's a lot of references on like current, like just bigger stuff going on. Maybe like corporation based,
like real life stuff?
Which I'm maybe
Well,
like a little bit nervous about.
Huh? You know the line.
Oh yeah. I sent it in the chat with me, him, and another dude.
But yeah, I kind of agree with what my dad says on that. But like, there's a couple people that, because like Chris Evans also too. Like when I look at Chris Evans in an interview versus when I look at him playing like Captain America, completely different people. Like they're not even the same person in like how they act at all.
See, you know what's crazy about that? You know what's kind of weird? You saying that maybe just automatically think how Ryan Reynolds plays himself in most things, and then going back to like great actors who aren't really like go out for different roles. See, the thing is, Hugh Jackman's known for Wolverine, but he's also a really good actor.
Really good actor, yeah.
Like he's been nominated for an Oscar. He's done musicals. The Prestige is amazing. That's so crazy.
Prisoners was he nominated for Prisoners?
I don't know. I actually don't know.
I feel like he should have been if he was.
Knowing the Academy, I don't think that movie was nominated for anything besides like best screenplay.
Bro, their criteria just like annoys me so much because it's
but yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm kind of apparently someone said, dude, it's nothing but like Ryan Reynolds shitting on Fox for like 2 hours, and I was like, if that's the case, then yeah, I'm back. I'm gonna go see that.
Which like, it obviously. I think it'll be funny, but like, do you wonder maybe like at a certain point we'll just be like, all right, we get it now, or is it like, do you think like that'll just be tight, like for 2 hours of like, if he just fourth walls, like if the studio would let us or something like that.
But then again, they say that's the comic though, right?
That is Deadpool.
Like that is Deadpool.
So like, yeah, if you're upset by that, which I'm not, like I said, the first two movies were really good. The comic's amazing. I guess it really just kind of depends, honestly. Like, come tomorrow night when we're all talking about it, I'm really
It
interested.
just depends how much if they oversaturate it or something.
Yeah.
I don't think they will because now it's called Deadpool and Wolverine. Wolverine has to be a main character as well. So I think, and they're both such like different characters. I feel like they're gonna mesh very well together.
I like from all the trailers that we've seen because the marketing, because me and him talked about them. I think we're living in, bro, the year of grade A marketing for movies. Like the way the actors themselves in the studios are like pushing, like, please go see this, please go see this. It's been absolutely crazy. But every clip I've seen of like him just saying like something sarcastic, like, oh, hey there, Pookie. And it's just like Hugh Jackman just like grunting, like just like being so upset. I find that's what we've been waiting on.
Yeah.
But I watched something earlier today. They were on you know that Hot Ones show with the chicken wings guy. Ryan Reynolds said the original pitch for the movie was a fake movie called like Alpha Cop, and it was about two dudes who shared the same brain that formed one cop, and it was like gonna be the worst movie ever. Like if Ryan Reynolds wasn't even in it, it was just like a fake movie, and they had promo for it and stuff like that. But the thing was, like the 10 people that would see it, they would go to the theaters, and then the Marvel logo would come on screen, and they would be like, wait, what the hell? And then it'd be like, Deadpool and Friends, because that's what apparently what it was titled at first. But then Ryan was like, see, the problem with that is like leaks and stuff like that. And I was like, also too, it would have got out eventually. They would have been like, you made a secret Deadpool movie and you didn't tell no one. But yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm still looking forward for it, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna knock it out like the first two movies have been.
I think, unfortunately, I think already looking at it, I don't think it'll be. Did you say like 2 better than the first one?
I'm a big fan of 2. Yeah, I really like 2.
Talen, did you like
I think one's better.
1?
Yeah.
Okay. Either or. I'm
That's
cool with.
There's no right answer.
So I was moving down to this end of the couch.
You're wrong, but it's okay. Yeah, I don't honestly, from what I've seen, and obviously it can change my mind. I think 3 is probably going to be under those, or under at least one of them. But I will say, like kind of what you were saying, I think it does say something to the actor where, because like this is like his baby, Deadpool, and like he pitched it to Fox and everything, and like they were gonna throw it in the trash, but like he got the ball rolling on it and everything. He's doing a lot of like self promotion for it that like they might not even be like, do you want to do this? And he's like, yes, of course. So I think that's pretty cool, like how invested he is in like in that character and like wanting it to succeed that much.
Dude. Well, I just want to say, I think Disney and Marvel really need this movie to succeed.
For sure.
This needs to be a win.
Yeah. If it's anything less than like a 7, which I don't anticipate it being, but if it's anything less than like a 7 out of 10, I feel like.
And I feel bad for Hugh and Ryan because they put I know they put so much work into this, and like if I hate to say it, like dude, I want to have it like at least a 7 rating. I told him the other day, dude, I follow an account on Twitter or whatever, a Real Cinema Tweets account. He gave Deadpool Wolverine 2 stars, and he was like, bro, this
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. He was like, bro, this shit sucks. Ryan needs to stop playing this character. Hugh, you had a masterclass with Logan. Why would you come back and do this? And then I realized this same guy gave Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium 4 stars.
No, he didn't.
I swear. Everybody in the mentions is like, no one listened to this.
Immediately,
and he has a job.
He has a job. People actually follow his reviews.
Quantumania sucks.
Terrible. That's not even a 2-star movie, let alone a
That's
4.
one of the few times I've left the theater pissed off.
Yeah.
I hated that movie.
Yeah.
That's so funny. The other thing too, which you're kind of bringing up, I have to see how it plays out. I'm not mad about it because like we finally get to see Deadpool and Wolverine kind of like collaborate with each other. I thought Logan was a really good ending for that character, and I didn't want to see him on the screen again.
Nope.
So I think they have to do amazing for me to be, because they already said like this is completely separate for that. We're not touching what happened in that like universe. And I'm sure Deadpool will make a joke about it, like, didn't you die? Like,
Yeah.
So, but that movie's like super special. So I hope that
Logan
like,
is easily one of the best Marvel movies. I feel like that's not even like an opinion. That's just a fact.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the best. I hope this is Hugh Jackman's last Marvel movie, though. Because he's been doing this for so long.
I don't know.
Apparently, it said, bro, it's 24 years he's been playing that guy.
Yeah.
There's whispers he could like do 1 or 2 more after this.
If it is, have it be like a cameo or something.
He's 55.
And he was like, when it got announced, he was getting like jacked in the gym
getting
again.
jacked for these.
So, but you probably can't do that for much longer with your body and everything.
No. He used to dehydrate himself to look veinier
It's bad,
in some
yeah.
scenes.
He in his like prime days as Wolverine, he was like shredded. Like he looked like unreal levels of like fit.
Dude, the body he had in the Wolverine, I was like, that don't even make sense. Like who
That's
is
CGI, isn't it?
like that's not a real guy,
Like
bro.
1% body fat, just
Yeah, it's
humanly
ridiculous.
impossible. That's commitment, though. That's why he's a great actor.
Yeah.
He's dedicated to his craft. Okay, so kind of pivoting a little bit. I feel like I already know you guys' answers to this, but I'm just curious to kind of like have it on tape and a discussion about it. What's y'all's opinion on the like 1 season, 8 episodes, like every year and a half, 2 years or something like that? Because I think when I got a lot more into like TV shows and stuff like that, that's like now the norm for like the format. But like Breaking Bad, when I watched it later, or like The Bear now, were like maybe 15 episodes or something, like 45 minutes a piece or something like that, as opposed to like you have a Stranger Things finale, which is like 2.5 hours long, and you got to wait 3 more years for the next season to come out. So what are you guys' thoughts about that kind of format?
I'm a fan, bro, of like the 8-10 episodes a season. I'm a fan of that. I feel like episodes that are like 24 and 25 in a season, that's meant for shit like Family Guy and stuff like stuff you're not
The
supposed to
Office.
follow.
Yeah.
Like, you know, because attention spans now are so much smaller. I feel like for people, because that's like with The Boys. That was what a 8 episode season this past one. So
And we got to wait
But that's like a
2
total
more
of 8
years.
hours worth of.
yeah, I feel like, dude, as I've gotten older and got more invested into the entertainment business, I've realized I'm like, oh yeah, these people have other priorities. Like, this is not their only acting gig, except for Invincible. That was actually confusing
Yeah,
because they waited 2 years.
a little bit.
And
The
then they
hype
gave-
completely died for it.
Completely died. And then they addressed it in the season, which is even funnier.
What about you, Tom?
I think 10 to 12 range should be the ideal, and keep the episodes like half an hour. Like, I really liked The Boys, but there were times where like that 1 hour episode was kind of felt like a drag. I feel like it should just be like like you said, attention spans are going. I'm as dumb as a, I don't even know. I can't sit there for an hour sometimes and just get all that information. Yeah, half an hour is like the perfect, like normal people.
Yeah.
I think normal people is like the perfect way to make a show.
Oh god.
Easy,
long
easy
was
to
it?
absorb. What do you mean? What?
No. When you said normal, no, I do disagree with you about that first time, for that first sentence. But yeah, I was saying
that episodes should be 10 to 12.
no, like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Nah. It's a show, not a movie.
Well, there's one episode of, I think in the second season of The Bear, that's 20 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was like some like review or something.
Yeah,
it was like
yeah,
20
yeah.
minutes long, and I was like, I like looked at it on Hulu. I was like, word, because like 3 of those are credits or something. So
Right.
It's like a 15-minute episode.
I think that's fine though. It makes it easier, at least for me. It makes it easier to like understand what's being told.
Yeah. But because it is the, like, I see a bunch of discussions about it online and everything. It definitely is the, like, quality over quantity kind of argument that people make. Because honestly, it depends on, like, how you write it out, just, like, how much you would be, like, able to accomplish. Because, like, Breaking Bad was, like, 13 episodes at, like, 45 minutes apiece.
Right.
And I honestly, for me, I like that because it wasn't as long where you're just kind of like sitting
Yeah.
there now and you're like, what the heck? Because it's just like one episode of a show. But like it wasn't so short where you're like, all right, well, like nothing happened in this. So I thought that was like a pretty
That's what
good
I'm a
thing.
fan of. I'm a fan of that. And then finale could be like an hour.
And the
not
seasons
against
were
that.
like a year, like spaced between each other. That's the one thing that I don't like is like the whole, we'll have a season, really good stuff. Like we'll take The Boys season 1. Really well written, fantastically shot, and then you got to wait 2 more years for like the next season to come out. That's what hurts, because that's what's going on right now. The 4th season just finished, and we got to wait till 26. But Gen V is going to happen in between that.
Next year, right?
Yeah. So
We're back.
We'll see if I end up actually watching.
we were talking about that. Honestly, like I think it's worth a watch, but like really, if you don't want to watch it,
They'll
one
address
thing-
it in The Boys.
Yeah, one thing was addressed.
I'm pretty sure I told you. Like I probably will get around to watching that, but that's so far down on my priority list for shows to watch.
Definitely finish The Bear first because
The Bear, True Detective. I
Yes.
still need to watch.
Wait, you started The Bear?
I started it last night with my parents.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's funny. I think I saw a tweet earlier, bro, talking about the bear. They was like, I feel like whenever I'm having a bad day, I put on and watch the bear because I know Carmi's having a worse one. It's like,
Who's having a worse day than I am?
oh man.
Okay, so now that you have finished The Boys, we've talked about it. We talked about it a little bit, like 2 days ago when we were all hanging out. The state that it's in currently, what's like your overall opinion of it? Like knowing everything now that like has transpired. Because obviously the end of the 4th season is like a lead into the 5th one.
Yeah, so like where it left off, what's my opinions on it?
Yeah.
I think I think the 4th season was actually pretty good. I told Tyler, I was like, it's definitely the weakest, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. I still thought it was a very solid season. It was definitely Homelander's season. It felt like he was definitely like the main character.
And Huey's, right? Didn't you say also Huey played a pretty good?
Huey was really good. I think they kind of redeemed his character a little bit. He was like in the boys, like that group. He was definitely the main character of that. Mm-hmm. While over at Vought, you had Homelander, who felt like the main one, and then you kind of let everyone sprinkled in. I was kind of disappointed with Butcher, to be completely honest. I know he was like fighting
actual demons.
Yeah, like a literal demon growing in his brain. But
oh gosh,
I don't know. I just feel like he kind of was put in the back seat. He would appear and then disappear for who knows how long. Come back, they go on a mission, disappears again. It became very repetitive, but. I don't know. Overall, I think I'm excited for season 5. I think it's going to be good. That's probably where they're going to wrap it up, right?
That's the end.
Yeah, that's the final season.
I think Huey's always been like a pretty good character. I think the whole thing. Some people online were saying like the stuff with his dad was like kind of dumb. I didn't really get that. I thought it was like really sweet.
I thought that was nice
and cool. Gut wrenching.
Like dumb that he tried saving his dad, or
or you like maybe because they gave him the compound V.
I think just kind of like the subplot of like his dad just kind of like being in the hospital and like stepping away from the team. That whole thing with like his mom. I think some people were kind of like indifferent to. I haven't heard like the specifics of like what they didn't like about it.
And it made me want to end it all.
I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
People just want to complain about everything nowadays. I think that was one of the stronger parts of the show.
Well, easily the best thing of the season. I think you and Blake talked about it was A-Train's redemption. Mm-hmm. Easily the best part of like the whole season. Now, if they bring him back to die in the 5th season, that's gonna hurt me. But as long as it was for like good reason, I can be okay with it. But
he goes out like a hero. Hopefully.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
because like his whole thing with MM, where he was like, I finally felt like I did something. I know, like, Huey here and there got some criticism. A lot of people were kind of, like, unhappy about Newman, like, the ending with that, like, how
dying.
she just got ripped in half.
That kind of bugged me, low-key.
Yeah, because, like,
did.
They were going to, like, kind of make amends.
Yeah.
And then Butcher was just, like, step aside, and then just...
Well, especially since, what's the really smart lady's name? Sage?
Sage, yeah.
Sage.
She comes back despite getting kicked out and saying, yeah, it was all part of my plan. It's all going to work out.
That was weird.
So Newman's death just kind of felt like pointless.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because at first you're like, oh, wow, that's the path we're taking. A minute later, completely just like written off. Now Vought won.
And then she just like walked in there and she was like, yeah, I meant for this to happen, and then just like walked out. And then like they had the footage, I guess, that like the shapeshifter recorded of the president, which like that wasn't really explained either. Annie just kind of like got pooped on like the whole season. She just had almost no part, I feel like.
You said Annie?
They took away her powers, so it makes sense.
She had like didn't even Butcher say at one point he was like, can't get it up or something, talking about like her power. It was that was amazing. But and then like Stan came back for like he'll probably come back in the 5th season.
Yeah, like 5 seconds.
But he came back for like an episode, and like that was it. But
also, I don't know why it bugged me so much, but was it the last episode where Huey basically like the shapeshifter lady like used him,
right?
And then Annie got mad at Huey for like sleeping with her.
We talked about that, a couple days.
Like, what do you mean?
And it was like, so you're saying the soup that can
looks
get all of your
identical to
memories and looks identical to you, you're mad that I slept with her. Granted, a lot, but you're mad at that. And it, like, because Ben and I were watching it, we were literally like, what? Like, why are you mad? That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I thought it probably was like the weakest of the seasons, not like in a bad way, just because like the others were so well
I
written.
absolutely agree. It was a good season overall.
I will say though, because somebody else mentioned, and Ben always makes fun of me because he's like, "Can you form your own opinion and not look at like what other people say online?" But I think it was kind of like Homelander's season, but he was a lot more just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna kill you now," kind of like, as opposed to like previous seasons where he'd maybe like interrogate
We're
somebody.
slowly seeing him lose his mind.
Yeah,
Which I like.
Yeah.
That's just the evolution of his character.
yeah,
And Anthony Starr is doing a phenomenal job with it.
Yeah, like I was telling my friend on the phone, bro, about that. Is it in the finale or the episode before the finale where he go and meets the guy who just be like leaking pus or whatever that
Web Weaver, yeah.
Web Weaver, whatever. When he ripped him in half, I literally was like, oh, okay. Like I looked like Firecracker's face. I was like, oh, that's new, and then just walked away.
or the one I forgot who she was somehow, but that like IT chick or whatever.
Yeah,
that like
killed her.
That Sage was like, all right, so like, come on, just tell us what you know. And she's like, well, and they just like shot her in the face.
Yeah, it was me.
I was like, dude, what the heck? So that did kind of bug me a little bit, that there wasn't a lot of like, he was still feared, but it wasn't like fear to like get stuff. It was just like, okay, now I know who you are. I'm just gonna like
Bro, he's such a big baby, bro.
snap you in half.
It's so awesome.
The bringing back the milk thing too, I thought was like kind of weird. Like it was funny, but I think at some point we just gotta be like, all right, man.
Yeah, dude, we get it.
Like I get that's his like big flaw, that he just like craves attention. Like,
Yeah.
he's just like a little boy or whatever. But I was like, all right, because like but later on in the show when she was like, I'll do anything again. Like after he just kind of like looked over his shoulder, he's like, go away, not right now.
Bro, I told them when she was like, yeah, I put first of all, when she said, I put cilantro in that. I was like, ugh, in milk. I was like, is that normal? I don't know if that's normal. When she started coughing, he started looking at her like, you're nasty.
He said,
Like,
go sit on the other side. Oh, that was so funny.
I was like, ew.
But you know, I'm definitely excited to see, because like I think that is that comic finished. Do you guys know? Is that done all the way?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, because I didn't know it was based off a comic until recently.
I would not know.
From what I understand, the comic books are
Way worse.
not good.
Yeah.
But the show is phenomenal.
I heard the comic books are like way more disgusting.
Yeah.
Than what the show was allowed to
Well,
do.
probably, yeah.
And
Yeah.
the show isn't like directly based off of it, but it's kind of like heavily impacted. But yeah, I'm curious to see what they do for the 5th season. I think they did a very good like tie in to the next season kind of thing at the end, with the whole like now he's like in the White House kind of thing, and like
Now he
has a
basically
place
has
in the
control of
military.
the entire military and
Yeah.
all other soups.
So that'll be interesting to see how they carry that out. But and then just the last thing I had on here was, I talked about it a little bit earlier. Do you guys have any like specific predictions for the Deadpool and Wolverine movie at all, or just kind of a wait and see deal?
I'm leaning more towards just wait and see. I think I've seen enough of like the leaks of like who's gonna be in it.
Yeah.
I don't really want to see anymore.
Kind of like wait and see. Yeah.
Yeah, but like prediction wise, it's obviously gonna like tie in with like the multiverse or whatever, and then the variants and stuff. Probably gonna get an entire army of Deadpools. I know that because you can see behind Lady Deadpool in the pictures, there's a bunch of Deadpools. So
See, I think for me, in my mind, like I just love those characters too much. I don't think I'm gonna bring myself to like, this movie could be the worst movie, and I'm gonna still be like, yeah, but that one part was funny when
They
he
could,
said
though,
it.
right?
When he kind of said that. You know, I don't know. I will. I did tell him the same thing. The leaking, it just has to stop, bro. Like,
It's bad. Yeah.
I don't know if they realize it, because apparently Marvel actually did some of it on purpose.
Well, we were talking about that, and for when this comes out, if anybody hasn't seen it, I won't say who, but like one girl specifically that's like in the movie. I was on Instagram and I was like, what?
Yeah,
like,
why would you
Why
release
would
that?
you show that? Because I feel like that was supposed to be like a what? Kind of like when you're in the theater, like she's here.
Well, that's a
kind of.
moment where people in the audience are supposed to cheer when she comes
Yep.
up on screen.
So, and then
But
that was
now it's not a surprise anymore. So
yeah, and that was kind of
I don't know what the thought process was behind that.
And then I didn't tell Talen, and obviously I won't say it to you or on here, but there was like another like person that's supposed to be in the first like few minutes of the movie or whatever that
Dude?
I saw, and I was like, huh?
It's a dude.
Yeah. Have you heard about it?
No,
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, probably not.
And I was like, well, that's true. Then I'm like, whatever. But like, I'm kind of on like the same boat. Like now, I've just stopped watching like, because they released the like final trailer like 2-3 days ago. And I just like I watched like 10 seconds.
I'm not
of it, and I'm
going to
like,
watch
I don't, because at a certain point, like I feel like I've seen the majority of the movie, other than like obviously a few people they might like keep out of the trailers. But like, I don't want to watch the whole thing like before I go.
Dude, I messed up the other day because they were hosting a talk show last night. Hugh and Ryan, they were hosting Jimmy Kimmel, and like they put a clip out of the movie, and I was like, damn it! I ended up watching it on accident, but it was like them in the car, like that, because apparently there's a lot of scenes where in the car or whatever, and Ryan's just like typical Deadpool, just roasting the hell out of. It's some of the funny shit ever. Like he told him, he was like, someone let you wear that outfit, and then he was like, yeah, Scott, you know, the Cyclops or whatever. Then he was like, and someone, it looks like you kill people for the Los Angeles Rams because it's like yellow and blue. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, I'm expecting good jokes. I'm expecting good action.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be funny at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it's gonna be fun.
At the very least. Yeah.
But I am curious to see how, because the action in the first two was like really good. Like the movie was really funny, but it also like the action was. I
he's
thought was
badass.
pretty good. Yeah, badass.
But you also have the first, right, as the like better than two, right?
I like two better.
Oh, you also like two?
But
I thought you liked
I don't
one better.
knock like one in people's eyes.
No, one is iconic.
Yeah.
I just think one was just such a different movie
For its time.
For its time, yeah.
Yeah.
Like we've never really had anything like that.
I think one set up for a lot of like, okay, here's what we can expect, and then two was a lot of like, I was telling Tyler like the other day, like the cab scene in two might be like my favorite bit, and like
The one where all of them are in the cab going to fight the
Cable, Domino, Dopinder, and like Deadpool
Yeah.
when he like called him a racist or whatever. I think that might be my funniest like bit in the whole thing.
But see, that's crazy, bro, because I saw yesterday people complaining about, you know, like the CGI in Deadpool Wolverine, apparently how bad it is. Someone's like, did you not see the CGI in Deadpool 2? Some of that is terrible. Like the scene with Domino where she's like on the highway and the cars are exploding. They was like, this is terrible, but no one cares because it's a good movie. I'm like, exactly.
The one that makes me laugh was I think in like the first scene they see like Russell got mad at him and like put his hand on him and like shot him into that building or whatever. But he put his hand on him here and then he shot in like the other direction, and I was like, okay, what is this? Bro. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it.
No, it's such a brilliant character.
Are you gonna get the bucket?
No.
Okay, because I know Blake said he's.
I'm
gonna
not
get
buying
it,
that.
But
I told him the Alamo, they actually have an authentic bucket, but it's like his head, kind of like the Batman bucket or like the Spider-Verse bucket.
I saw that one.
Yeah, that's cool. What am I going to do with a huge bucket of Wolverine's mouth?
yeah,
I don't want
if
that.
Yeah, if it was like Wolverine's head or something, that would be cool. But like, it's just an upward facing like.
I was gonna say the Alamo has like the glasses you can get.
Yeah, they have the glasses. I think those.
I think that's much cooler, honestly. It actually has use, but
Yeah, I mean, unless they have some weird other thing.
I'm not a popcorn bucket guy.
When did we start making a big thing for buckets?
When Dune came out.
Well, this one was just a joke because of Dune, because of like how you guys know that all played out, but it was made to be a joke. But I feel like especially like for one of these kinds of movies, it'd be like, oh, that'd be cool. Like if it was a dope, just like, or maybe like his claw or something, that would have been cool. But
instead, Ryan had to go there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, I'm not buying this. Like, I saw the Alien bucket for the new Alien movie coming out.
It's cool, but it's like
who puts popcorn in that?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where I would like put that. Like, even if I were to buy that, like where I would set that up.
There's no way you don't look creepy doing that.
Yeah.
Like, you putting that on a mantle. There's no way you don't look weird.
But yeah, honestly, for me, it'll be like a game time decision as more of like a memorabilia. This was a time like when that movie came out kind of thing. But I'm leaning more towards like, yeah.
If they have like those little posters at the front, like when we saw what is the last thing? Was that Spider-Man 2 when you took a bunch of posters? A bunch of random random stuff that they had up front. If they had something like that, yeah, I'm keeping that. I'm not buying a bucket, bro. I'm not buying that Deadpool bucket.
Because I know Blake was already like, I need that.
He was like, take my card. I'm like, you better than me.
So, also, do we know how much it is? Have you guys seen it all?
I don't know.
Because sometimes they're like $40 or they're like $20.
I don't know.
I have no idea. But
Remember when I bought the Batman book and the girl was like, "That'll be $32." I said, "Wait, what?" It's like with popcorn.
what did that one look like?
For
Was
a
it like
plastic
his?
bucket? My goodness.
Yeah, it's literally it's literally just the Batman mask, and then it just lifts from the lid.
That's so cool. But
That's my favorite one, actually, low-key.
the
Ant-Man one was cool.
Ant-Man was dope. The Spider-Verse one was dope.
Yeah.
Have you ever bought like any of those at all, or you just
No.
purely go and
I just go to watch the film, man.
we don't even buy snacks, let alone
The ticket alone was expensive enough.
But those like I was willing to buy because the Ant-Man one was just his helmet, which lights up, which is cool.
If
And then-
anything, I would be willing to buy like a poster or something.
You know the only time I actually saw like actual like sparkle in his eyes when me and him went to go see Mission Impossible.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever, and we were in line because we saw that opening night, right?
We got early access.
Yeah, we got early access because
Yeah.
we're
Don't mean to
different.
brag,
We're
but-
different. But I remember they handed us a poster or whatever, and walking with him to that theater, bro, I'm telling you, he was just like, "Oh my god."
you still have it, like the
Yeah, and we got a pin too that says IMF on it.
really?
Yeah, which
I,
is the
I still haven't taken it out of the package.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool. It's Tom running on running on top of the train in the back. You see him do like that stunt where he flies off the cliff on the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really cool poster.
Dang.
he's new to this, but he's getting with the rest of us.
See,
That
like-
is a great poster though.
See, posters are cool, but like I had to take all mine down like to move out, so
Oh,
like
yeah,
my
that's
room's
right.
just like empty now. So like all of them are.
I also feel like I have to be like passionate about the movie that I want to go see to actually want the popcorn bucket.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the Deadpool's cool and all, but I think I can live without the bucket. You know?
See, I'm passionate about Deadpool Wolverine though. That bucket just weird.
Yeah.
It's just so weird.
Yeah. Because it's not even too like you can't even. You'd have to like lay it down in order to
Yeah.
like look at it because it like faces up. But like even when we bought you bought one of the Ant-Man ones, right?
Yeah, and it lights up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
When we bought that one, we were like, "This is sick." And
Yeah.
then we walked out of the movie, we were like, "Oh," but the bucket's cool though. Like that was the best part of the
This bucket was
experience.
the best thing
bucket.
about the movie.
Yeah. So that'd be nice to set up wherever, but yeah, we'll see. I don't know if like Austin or Colin or whoever if they're gonna buy it too, but
I don't know if they're that committed to the game like me, you, and Blake.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Blake.
well, it's like it'll be funny too to see like wherever Blake's sitting, him just kind of like eating popcorn if he's gonna use it with popcorn.
Right.
But yeah, that's all I had. Was there any other cinema related topics that you guys wanted to bring up at all, or?
I low-key wanted to ask this guy, what is your? Because I only know like a few of your top 4. Really, like I know Gladiator.
Mm-hmm. And you don't know anything else. 'Cause that's all I talk
And that's all
about.
you need.
And yeah.
Ratatouille.
Oh, Ratatouille. That is
That's
it.
right.
That
That's
is
definitely
Ratatouille.
a top 4 movie.
That is
In
Ratatouille.
my eyes.
Were you? I know Ben is. Were you big on Tangled too, or was it Ratatouille?
There's a second Tangled movie?
No, like just Tangled as well.
Oh, yeah, I like it.
Okay.
It's a cute movie.
Because I saw a clip from it yesterday, and I was like, Tangled was like fantastic. So,
Ben's a big Tangled guy.
huh? I think that's his favorite like Disney movie or like animated Disney movie.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Ratatouille's amazing. Wall-E, The Forgotten. No, I feel like
love
nobody
Wall-E.
ever talks about Wall-E again. You shut your mouth. Tony.
Wally, cool.
Um,
It's cool.
Ratatouille, Wall-E, Tangled. I liked Encanto. I don't know if you guys ever watched it.
That's good.
That is a good one.
fantastic.
That's good.
Yeah.
Obviously, Toy Story's excellent.
Yeah.
Puss in Boots' Last Wish is getting up there now.
It's not even Pixar, but yeah.
It don't got. It's animated.
Have you seen that movie, by the way, Cole?
Oh, so good.
I know, right?
What was I about to say? Fan favorite for me, or not fan favorite, but like I watched it a lot growing up. The first Incredibles is like one of my favorite ever movies because it's like not a kids movie, but like it is.
Now we're talking.
Like there's a lot of principles like in the movie that you're like, yo, this is dark. Like this is not for kids.
No.
And then when you get older,
It's the
you're
perfect
like-
movie that was made for both adults and kids.
And then the second one I feel like was just pretty much for kids.
That was a
I haven't
cash
seen it.
grab.
Yeah,
seen it.
for sure.
That second one felt like a cash grab. No, it's funny, man. Me and my brother, we were watching the first Transformers last night because it's on Peacock right now, whatever. Dude, I don't care. I love it in on Letterboxd as 5 stars. That's a 5-star movie. Don't care.
I never watched all of them. Have you seen all those movies?
Which one?
The
Sorry.
Transformers.
Transformers. I watched the first one.
You've seen
Yeah,
all
I've
of them?
seen them all.
Yeah, he's a big Michael Bay guy.
Weren't like the last two just like not even worth
Absolute
watching or
dog
something?
water.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
terrible, but they're awesome.
Wait. Are we talking about Rise of the Beast?
Well, it's part of the last two, so
No,
that's actually not bad.
That's
either.
not bad.
It's not bad.
Well, that what was the night one or whatever.
Oh, Dark of the Moon.
It was just the last night, I think.
The last night.
with our favorite Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, that sucked.
I was it. Is it just like the Wahlberg ones or just like
The Wahlberg. Yeah. Oh, once
They're
Shia
not
left, I
great.
left.
yeah we are out.
They're not great, but it's fun watching giant robots kill each other.
No Sam
so.
Witwicky. There's no Tyler Sharp.
The All Spark.
But no, we
Samuel
watched
Witwicky.
Transformers, and after that, I don't know why it compelled me. I was like, I think I'm gonna watch Incredibles after this. I didn't. I put on Family Guy, but I might tonight.
Those, and then I don't know if I had talked to you guys about this recently. I need to go back and watch the Pirates of the Caribbean movies
Yes, you do.
because everyone now they're kind of like resurfacing. But I'm like, you know what? Because I don't think I watched all those. I watched the first like two, or because there's four,
There's 5.
5.
five.
The first 3 are the most important ones.
I might have seen those. I don't know if I watched the other two.
You honestly don't need to.
I would
Like
say.
they're fun movies, but the original trilogy.
Would you say it's a top 3 live film series? Okay, well the trilogy.
Just the trilogy?
The trilogy alone.
It's probably yeah. It's,
I would say the trilogy
it's
is
definitely
very
top 3. It's
yeah.
one of the best in my eyes.
Yeah.
It's very good. That and Ocean's 11
Oh yeah.
trilogy are probably
Big-
the
yeah, you are
two
big
my
ones.
2 favorites.
Fair enough. I'll
Pretty
have
great.
to get on that.
No, Pirates of the Caribbean is crazy. But yeah, so Ratatouille, Gladiator.
I would put Forrest Gump in there.
Okay.
That's probably the most rewatchable movie, in my opinion, because it's a man that lives like 20 different lives. It's fun to watch.
People say that movie ain't aged well.
Well, you,
I'm not one of those people
I
though.
was gonna say they're wrong.
That movie, put it on anytime.
I love it.
Fantastic.
And early prediction: Gladiator 2.
That's crazy.
Already? Come on now.
That's wild.
Bro saw that naval fight and said, "I'm in.
You might be cooking though.
I need that."
4 would honestly probably be Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or The Revenant.
Oh yeah, I know you're a big Revenant guy.
Two Leo films.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen either of them, but I've heard they're both.
You've
fantastic.
never seen either?
Tarantino said something about like Once Upon a Time was like his most complete film, or like the one that he was like the most
That's kind of his baby.
proud
What did
of
you
like
say?
putting out or something.
I would say he had the thing in the oven for like a decade plus.
Yeah.
He spoke like really highly of it. Like he himself said that was like his
It's
most
very
proud
good,
work
yeah.
or something. So, and a lot of people saying not even the best Tarantino film, which I wouldn't know.
There's definitely like it's definitely interchangeable. Like Inglourious Bastards is phenomenal. I can easily see how that's the best. Django's so good.
Pulp Fiction's probably still like on the highest of pedestals for me.
See-
Django was fantastic.
See, the thing about Pulp Fiction is, then again, it's really not.
I
I think Jackie. You haven't seen Jackie.
I haven't
Brown.
seen Jackie Brown.
That's a really good movie, bro. I think that's better than
which
Pulp
one?
Fiction. Jackie Brown. Do you know what that is?
That was a Tarantino film?
That came out like in 1997. It's like Samuel Jackson, De Niro, Michael Keaton's in it. That's really good. Chris Tucker's in it.
I haven't seen
Like,
that.
I hate to say it, I think Pulp Fiction's a little overrated.
Yeah.
There's so many people that say that is their favorite movie.
They call it the best film of the 90s.
Say it again?
They call it the best film of the 90s. Which Toy Story 2 came out in 95. Let's be real.
Criminally underrated film, by the way. Toy Story 2. And Iron Man 2. Right, guys? Mickey Rourke? Anybody?
Oh God.
Yeah, but...
Thor: Dark World. Anyone?
And then
More of a
the
Love
new
and Thunder guy.
the new we cut his mic off. And then the new Thor, so we'll see how that pans out.
Oh God.
Taika needs to come back. No, he doesn't.
No.
He got fired.
I really hope they lock the door. I hope he has a different key.
They shipped him back to New Zealand.
After that last soccer movie he made, no. He needs to be
made a
done. He needs to
soccer
be
movie?
unfortunately, yeah, with Michael Fassbender.
The crazy thing. Did you watch The Killer?
Fassbender?
Yeah. The same time that was going on, and I told him this. What really sucked, bro, because it was going on during the acting strike. Michael Fassbender was in The Killer, a David Fincher film, which says no more. And that same month, he put out a movie directed by Taika Waititi. And because of the acting strike, the movie he had to promote was a Taika Waititi movie, which I was like, that's a fucking stab in the chest because that sucks
That
so
movie
bad.
sucks.
Oh,
I never saw like Jojo Rabbit or anything though. Too like I haven't seen.
That's
a, whole
a
lot
good
of,
movie.
I haven't seen a whole lot of his other stuff.
I don't know what happened to him. It's like something like in his brain just like clicked, and he just no longer
yes, like
makes
Michael Bay.
anything good.
Like Michael Bay,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he is. He is like a primarily like a comedy writer, but
He's always been, yeah, but he also has like good story with all his like earlier ones. Like, Jojo Rabbit is probably his last good one. I think Thor Ragnarok is my favorite Marvel movie.
Wait, did that come out before Ragnarok?
No, it was 2019.
JoJo. Yeah. That came
Oh,
out
okay.
after, yeah.
Oh, Ragnarok is like easily a top 3
Seventh?
film for me.
Ever or just Marvel?
Marvel ever.
I was,
Come on, Cole.
sorry. So we got Ragnarok, Social Network.
Brother, Spider-Man 2 would be the only movie that would sneak in there from a superhero genre.
Valid.
What do you want me to say?
Agreed, right?
You said some bad stuff about Michael Bay. I don't want to talk.
All right. Well, before they start fighting, we can go ahead and wrap this up. But yeah. So for anybody that doesn't engage in film, I feel like as much as we do, I think it is also just kind of interesting to hear our perspective on this kind of stuff. Maybe get people into watching them more and stuff to look out for. But there was also like new stuff that we've talked about, and it's constantly growing. So there's other things that we can add on to it. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this discussion about it. I actually don't know who the next episode is going to be, but I'll figure that out, and you guys will see it next week. So, but other than that, see y'all later.
Yeah.